Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of FutonTalks. This is episode number 5. I'm your host, Nick, with your co-host, Lucas.
Hey.
And my other co-host, Keyshawn.
Yeehaw.
Speaking
Good transition
of which,
there. Yeah, there it is. We're already just talking. Fluff. Okay, the Wild West. The last episode, we were dipping into that territory.
yeah.
And if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, yeah, we're talking about the Wild West because that stuff is slept on. Yeah, no. So like, the Grand Canyon is our thumbnail. Just putting that out there. So, what? What?
So there's so much to talk about the Wild West. So, the Grand
Well, I just know that's our thumbnail. So I just mean like, I just want to. The first thing I thought of was like the person who found that shit.
Yeah.
He just was, and he's just like, "What the fuck do I do now?" Like, he's like, "I have to tell somebody." But if I tell them, they're just gonna take it for their own.
I may have found the biggest hole in the world.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have no fucking idea. Like, seriously, they couldn't see all of it at once either. Like,
No,
they
you can't.
definitely just went along the ridge
Yeah, they're like, wow, this is a
for
big.
like a day.
This is just a big cliff. There's
Right.
there's not another side to it.
Right, there's nothing. And then, like, they found a way down for whatever godforsaken reason. And they were like, I'm going down there. I can see a river.
Yeah.
They get down there. And I'm just saying, like, what do they do? What do? You found it. You feel like you should do something. I don't even know. I'm just saying, like, I can't. There's too many different things that could happen. Who knows? The first guy could have died. How many times did that happen? Yeah, like how many times was he just chugging along in the middle of the night, and his horse doesn't know that guy can't see either, and they just plummet to the
comes up
bottom.
to a cliff. You just come up to the rim without even knowing. Oh, the horizon is gone. Oh, plummeting to my death.
I am doing this now. I hope I get reincarnated. Even if I don't. That is.
No.
Really pull it in from last episode.
Really, just yeah. I mean, also, if you couldn't tell by probably us sounding exactly the same, because there's probably always that little difference, and also it being directly the topic we just talked about, it's right after the other one. So, yeah. Anyway,
But no, I think that any kind of discovery, like, I think of the Wild West as the desert for the most part, and like,
Yeah.
there's cactus and there's dust. I don't know why I said it like that.
I know this.
There's dust, but like, there's people in fucking Oregon, like the Oregon Trail. Like, they made it
Yeah.
out there, and it was like they got to the ocean and they got to see all the green.
yeah.
I don't feel like North Dakota was a good place to set up shop though, but like, we made that a thing.
I feel
I
like
just
that.
no.
I feel like that came late. I feel like the middle, like people just walked past the Midwest because they're like, fuck this, and they came all the way out here. They skipped Kansas and they died because of it, but they didn't want to set up there. But they kept going, and then I feel like we populated those areas later when we could like take a helicopter out there or something. Okay, that's exaggerating it, but
They just whipped up a helicopter.
out of sticks.
All right, go. And they just like, you see one guy like
Spin it
fucking
really
start-
fast.
yeah, spin it really hard. It's for
They have it on a string and they just like yank
Yeah.
the string and
Now
it
they
just,
get horses. Yeah. Fucking start that shit up.
it's just a carriage shaped like a helicopter.
It's not working.
Oh yeah. Anyway, this is
More
not.
horses. Sorry.
This is strap more horses. to it.
You got like 50 horses by the end of the day. All right, go. Slaps one of them. 50 horses break the string. They're like, too many horses. What? Too many horses.
It's somehow really loud, even though nothing is working.
All of them are
He
just
still has to.
carrying
He
on.
still has to shout really loud.
He's in the helicopter, mind you, this whole time.
Well, the helicopter's not working. Why would he have to shout?
Well, like, in other words, he's in a seat. On a no, he's on a saddle. That's what they would have made it out of. It would have been a saddle with some sticks and a lot of feathers. That would have been their ride. Anyway, they didn't do that at any point in history. So
I also want to throw out there. I don't know. I'm no facts expert on the Grand Canyon, but I know that it did not used to be like really big. Like
What?
as enormous, because it's still growing. Like it's still getting deeper. Like it gets deeper every year or whatever.
really,
Yeah.
is it 2 plates?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's never been like right next to each other. Like it was like some crack in the earth or something. But like, it hasn't been as big as it's been or as deep as it's been. I can't remember. I probably sound like an idiot if I'm wrong, but like, I feel like it like keeps getting deeper and deeper because like the Colorado River is like one of like the strongest flowing rivers in America. I guess there's stronger flowing rivers elsewhere, but yeah, I don't know, and that's what made the whole thing do its thing. But I don't know. I feel like it used to be like way not as deep, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I'm hearing you.
Anyway, we can transition to the Wild West rather than just the West.
The
Rather than
West.
just being
Well,
a
no,
whole
like
of
I
it.
wanted to say like there's just different like environments that they settled in, and I
Yeah.
feel like we thought of them like there's pine. I don't know why. I think it's just in the names because it's literal. But like pioneers, I think of green evergreen trees,
Yeah.
like in a log cabin,
No, yeah. It's
hanging out. Like that
Yeah,
one. I'm like,
like-
okay, those guys
like
seemed okay.
Yeah, like they live in Pennsylvania in Jamestown and live in their little
right,
communities.
colonial
Yeah.
looking things.
Yeah.
My other thing is too, like in history, I'm sure there's gonna be history buffs, by the way. Like, I feel like there's gonna be history buffs that are gonna just debunk everything we're saying. But like, I would just like to say that whatever we are saying right now is just in our head, the logic that we think of. Like, at some point in history, people did this. It might have taken like years, like a year phase where like people were trying to get the helicopter going. But like, in general, I'm just thinking like at some point in history this stuff had to have happened. But yeah, what I was going to say was there are points in history where like I can't imagine it. Like I kind of wish I knew history better because like when I think of pioneers and then colonial times, that's like 2 different things to me,
Yeah.
right? Because they're like I don't see again like I don't know how far apart they would be, but like there were farmers that looked like they could be pioneers, but they were colonial. But colonial, I'm stupid because colonial would have been okay. This does not matter. Point is though,
Well, I think 2 words to bring up is pioneer and pilgrim. I feel like pilgrim is what I think of when I think of like Jamestown. I think is what I meant. Like freaking the kid
I forgot about pilgrims.
the kids in the freaking black buckled hats and white
Oh.
socks.
That could not have been the actual attire. That's not
To be
practical.
Something made up after the fact. to
Oh, it had to,
represent them. No, I mean I don't know. There's no pictures. I don't know.
Wait, wasn't that story?
Nobody brought a camera. It's stupid.
Columbus, you forgot your fucking camera. No. Wasn't the story where like they met the natives there, and then there was like a sickness or like something bad happened and it was raining, and they all just went inside one place and had dinner with the natives.
That
And then,
sounds like a nice little American story you're hearing.
Yeah, see, I've been fed all the wrong grits.
A nice white man story.
Well, no, because it was like something bad happened. They went raining, and then they had dinner, and then like days later, all the pilgrims just murdered all the natives. Like that was the flip side. But like, I'm saying it was by contrast. It was like, it was not the rosy dinner with all. It was like some bare bones. It's really shitty situation, and they just had to like come together.
I don't think when they.
Story.
I mean, obviously nobody knows, and I feel like anything that is fact to American people, I guess, specifically, like I guess like in textbooks and stuff like that, is gonna be construed to not make it look terrible. Obviously, like there's no like page like 52 chapter 3, the slaughter of the Native American people. Like there's not anything like that. It's not going to be in the textbook. But
all right, class, open up to our genocide chapter.
I personally don't believe they got there and like immediately like segregated themselves from them. Like I feel like they were together a little bit, and then slowly but surely, oh, I don't know, this man died in the river over here. What? How did that happen? And then they just...
What is this?
And then they're just like, oh, we need a little more room for this house. You guys can have this portion of the land. And then
Keisha, what do you think? You're Native American.
No, yeah, I don't want to like just assume, but
I don't know what to say.
What do you think?
Dark.
What do you think we did to you?
What was this fact?
I don't know.
Anything you say is true.
Yeah, you have a
I don't want to
serious
say that
trump
thing.
card.
No. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of interested in like what you would say. You don't have to say it over podcast or anything like that, but like, I don't know. It's just interesting because obviously, like I said, there's not going to be some section in the textbook that says, "Oh, here's where we fucked everybody in the ass." Like, it's not going to say that. But so I've never really just seen that. Obviously, I know what happened. We have the land now. I don't know. It didn't just come to us magically in the night.
You know what did? Columbus.
Yeah.
Not really though. What do you guys debate? I feel like there's too much heat on like whether it was Columbus or it was Leif Erikson or if it was like someone else in South. It was like someone else in Mexico or South. Like there's like 3 different people or there's like 3 different paths that people like go down and they're like, no, it was this one, or like, no, it was really Leif Erikson. It's like, I don't know if that matters because what happened was fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
whoever did make it, or it was like, what's his name? The Spaniard dude.
Amerigo Vespucci.
No, what's his name?
That guy.
It was Columbus, and then he went straight to the Aztecs.
I don't know.
Okay, we don't need to think.
I mean, Leif Erikson didn't kill Native Americans. He just
he made it to Canada and then turned the fuck around.
Yeah, he was
it was
just
cold
a
as
Viking.
shit.
Well, he was a Viking, so he was used to being cold. But like,
I forgot why he turned around.
I don't know. Like, he was just on like, I don't know. I don't want to get this wrong, even though I've probably already got 100% of the things I've said wrong. But I feel like he was on like a warpath, or like he was just on a trek out here, like just seeing where he could go. And he's like, well, Canada's probably the edge of the world. I'll just stop here and turn around. So I don't know.
Well, there's nothing for me here.
But yeah,
around.
I mean,
How does that happen? Hold on, let's pause real quick. When you get a Viking ship, you just turn it around. The crew. You spend a day in the freezing fucking cold, and then you're like, all right, boys, turn this hoe around. We're going back to where we came from. How do you get the morale of the crew to a point where they're willing to do that?
You know how we just sailed for 3 months? We got to do it again.
They just sailed for 3 months. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, we're doing it again. Oh.
All right, turn around. No, I'm sure they stopped. They hunted and got their meat.
Right.
Generic meat at the meat market.
They're just running around. Oh, meat packet.
Ooh,
they're just looting in a video game.
They're just looting.
Some bandages.
Gotta get some wood.
Gotta go drop this off. Sir, we're too heavy. Eat it then. It's frozen. We can't start a fire in this blizzard. We're turning around tomorrow. Figure it out.
You will die if you don't figure this out.
Well, you will too. Well, I'm the captain.
Well, I'll kill you first and then take you.
I'll kill you. That's the rebuttal.
Yeah.
I'll kill you first.
No,
But like, I feel like that kind of stuff is kind of funny. I think that naval ships in the old days. Why do I say it like I was there? In the old days, in ancient times, any kind of naval ships had to have been just fucking magic. Like that was definitely the fucking Raptor jet that we have today.
Well, it was like the Vikings. I hate saying the Vikings because I feel like it's saying like the Native Americans, because there's so many different Vikings, so many different Native Americans, like tribes. Or like I don't know what Viking.
Norse people.
Are they called tribes? Yeah, Norse people, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Their shipbuilding was like insane, apparently. Like,
but how? Like, what?
I don't know.
What was that skill? Like, who? Oh, there's so many questions. I want to find the guy. If I
go thaw him out and ask him.
Oh yeah, like if I had a genie, and I'd be like, all right, man, just take me. This is not my actual thing, but I'd be like, take me to the guy. Take me to the child who is gonna revolutionize naval ships for the Norse people.
And just watch his life develop.
And then he's like, all right, whatever you say, and then snaps his finger, and then I just poof, and it's just he's playing rock throwing in the river, because that's the game they played probably. And I'm just like, I didn't ask, like I'd ask him his name, and he's like, it's Corvic, or I'm not even speaking his language probably, but I get his name.
Yeah, he just speaks English.
Yeah, they would speak generic Germanic language, most likely.
Maybe.
In other words, just fucking actual gibberish, because German's still that kind of vibe today. And yeah, I'd somehow get his name. And I don't know, I'd probably just want to hang out with him. Although I would probably alter the course of history if I was with him.
You guys are just playing around and he's like 13 and he just falls off a waterfall or something. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. They're not going to conquer anything now.
Yeah.
They're just going to stay here.
Mongolians somehow go up there and just roll over them. And...
Oh, no. The Mongolians actually just take over. Dude, that part in history, man, we just live on our iPhones, on flipping through Twitter, when I feel like there were like 4 or 5 different critical moments in history where the Mongolians could have just fucking taken this shit over. And we were just 4 life paths away from it.
Yeah, or like fucking Alexander the Great. The Greeks just fucking...
What happened to him? He just got...
He got
fucked.
KO'd by a disease, I think.
Okay, yeah.
He's traveling the world back in the time of no medicine. He's probably just gonna get yucked. But
Oh man.
yeah, no.
What? Who leads? I can't. Dude, those kids were geniuses. How do you just master the art of war, take over people? I can't get my head around that, to be
Because
honest.
now we have like United Nations.
Right. I guess that's probably our regulator.
Yeah.
No, but still though, like, dude, some guy, like, they were a child and they were just grown up, and then they just were like, all right, I'm taking over this entire place. Like, oh, it's fucking crazy
is
to
there
me.
more land past this? I'll go see what I can do about that.
I'm gonna go see. Oh, there's people. Hello. Murdered. Ah.
You don't
here
want
we
to
go.
cooperate? Okay, I have a solution for that also.
Hold on. You don't want to give up everything you've worked for since you've ever known of existence? Well, that's crazy because I'm the king of everything. Die now.
That's insane. Okay, bye.
Okay. Here's my sword in your mouth.
Oh yeah, just so like, could you imagine if somebody in
ISIS?
in like Julius Caesar's place right now just gets fucking stabbed by his fellow councilman? How that would go down in news today?
It's just dead. ISIS has breaks Rome.
Congress stood up and shot Trump right in the face.
That's the equivalent, though. Actually.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is.
Congress
What do we do
rolls
as a
out.
country at that point?
Yeah, like what does that mean for everything? Just, yep, Congressman. I don't fucking know. Davidson
Pulls out a
fucking
Glock out of it.
No, no, not a Glock. He iconically pulls out a fucking what's the pistol that killed Lincoln?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, dude, it's not that hard of a name. I forgot what it is. Whatever. He pulls that shit out and just fucking yeets his face. And...
God damn.
We are not talking about murdering the president right now, but
No. I mean, it's not us. It's a hypothetical.
this is a hypothetical situation in which we're paralleling Julius Caesar being gutted.
I've never heard assassination referred to as yeets his face. Jesus Christ.
Just saying though, like, you're right. That would actually be.
No,
insanity.
that would be like world changing. But back then it was like, oh, we didn't really like that guy anyway. I'm kind of glad he died.
Yeah, it was just a murmur.
Yeah, on the streets. Oh, did you hear? Our all-powerful leader just got fucking actually
Well, what now?
obliterated.
Some guy just ran, generic dude in the crowd of welling people. Just. Well, what now? His son is gonna do his job. Yeah. All right. So.
All right, go back to your apple cart.
Go back to the donkey cart and shit valuables that you have that are trying to sell, and make a living. We're gonna come by and tax you anyways. Good night. Yeah, that would not go over well.
No, yeah, nobody. Yeah.
But anyway, back to the Wild West real quick though. So making clothes.
Yeah.
I just don't get how that's possible. I cannot conceive of it. I've never knitted. I've never crocheted. I've never dealt with any kind of textile work at all. So
Yeah.
it's hard for me to understand. But even, like, I couldn't even, like, when you made the Levi Strauss, that's his name, first and last. How the fuck did he make blue jeans? They look nothing like they did today, but in general, how the fuck did he make that? What inspires you to make that kind of thing?
I'm assuming, like, I don't know.
He made them because of the mining and like
Yeah,
they needed
like
to be
obvious.
durable.
Yeah, he makes something specific for a job, like that needs to be done. I don't know. I'm assuming that's what like pretty much everything is, I don't know, like, I feel like a lot of things, like, he didn't make jeans and think, wow, this is gonna be a hit sensation. He was just like, oh, I need this because my fucking legs get actually sliced open every time I go into my mines or like go out in the fucking fields and do my work. He's like,
Sliced open. Laceration. Wazoo.
But yeah, I don't know. I read today. This is kind of off topic, but like the uh the founder of Pepsi, he was in
Assassinated.
no, yeah, his face got yeeted. No, he was in medical school and then he like opened a pharmacy and he sold quote unquote Brad's drink in his like store, and that ended up being Pepsi, which is worth like $3 trillion now. I don't know, I just made that up, but I feel like everything like that's invented like that is just totally not like, oh wow, this is gonna be amazing, which I feel like is what a lot of inventions are now today. Is like you gotta invent something that's like really useful, or it's just gonna be thrown in the trash. I don't know.
Yeah. I've seen those videos on YouTube where like it's tech out of Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like tech under $50, and it's just like some random ass gadgets off of random companies, and they'll showcase their ad. There's probably a technical term for the type of ad, but it's like, I guess it's an infomercial of their own product, showing like how practical it is, but like half of them really aren't.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'm just saying that reminds me of that because like you're saying, if it's not that useful, it is probably gonna get thrown away.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that have been invented. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to
it's
hard to top.
without getting like a PhD in something.
Right.
But yeah, back to the Wild West, I guess.
I'm just astonished. Okay.
But
Question
make
for the Wild West.
Yeah.
What do you think one of the more difficult jobs would have been?
More difficult jobs? Well, I feel like, I don't know if we're talking like,
We're talking
Okay,
like a normal
so-
like operating town. They got the
okay,
blacksmith.
yeah, that's what I was. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
the church.
I don't know.
Probably the pastor is probably the hardest job. No, I'm just kidding. I'm thinking the textiles. I'm telling you,
Like making clothes.
making clothes.
I feel like that, but like I feel like physical work would be like awful, like building a building or something, because it's just
True.
hot as fuck out there, and you have like zero water.
It's hot. There's no ladders per se.
True. There's no
And your
cranes.
tools are probably pretty shit.
I mean, there's probably ladders, but there's probably not.
I guess I'm thinking of like the bare bones stuff. Yeah, there's probably ladders. But I don't know. I just think I think it's somewhere between textiles and construction, I guess. I mean, construction is, I guess, always been pretty rough in any point in history, especially in Europe with the cathedrals.
Jesus Christ.
Just gonna put a pin in that.
Yeah.
But like,
Yep.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. Building stuff. I think I'd have to go with textiles. Yep, making clothes.
I feel
'Cause
like
they
at-
didn't have any size of reference either.
True.
This is true. You kind of just make it to order. Just fit somebody.
I need a shirt. Okay, come back in a month.
I feel
It
like.
don't fit. Come back
I
next
mean,
month.
Right.
I
Oh, you
feel
need it
like
tailored. That's not my job.
you gotta go 3 towns over. I feel like at that point in history though, like I don't know, people have been making clothes for a while. Like I mean, people made clothes in like ancient Greek times. Like I know they're just fucking robes.
I was
pieces of
gonna
cloth,
say
but,
they
like,
weren't wearing a lot.
they
but
they
I
just
can
they just put a giant cloth down and just had like a
sliced it.
yeah, they just cut it and they put it on themselves. No,
Suffice.
yeah, I mean, people in, I don't know, like Egyptian times used cloth and stuff. So I just feel like by that time they had techniques down and they probably did have things invented and stuff like that.
But I mean, like, think about the people that came over. I don't feel like they were educated
That's
enough
true.
to have those skills. You know?
Yeah,
And then I
maybe.
was thinking about boots.
leather work and stuff.
Leather boots.
Boots.
Think about boots.
Boots and saddles. Like, people made that shit. We just have that now. We just see it and we're like, oh, I have this. It's there. Somebody fucking made that. It's not that crazy to think about it now. There's probably a machine that makes saddles. Perfect.
Yeah.
Identical. One to the last. Back then, it was fucking like, hey, man, make me a saddle. Like, okay, I'll see you in a year, because I don't even know what that shit's made of.
Leather.
What is a saddle made of? Wood?
Leather. I don't know what the inside is made of. I know there's.
I know
like,
you put down a
padding and
blanket.
shit in there.
For all those horse riders out there, I'm sure they're going to fucking scream at us. All 7 other people that are going to watch this. But, like, I'm just saying, like,
what
the fucking...
of those people could be?
It's the blanket,
No, yeah, you.
and it's the saddle.
The saddle. There's different.
Which is leather?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, why did I think it was wood? I'm retarded. Okay. I genuinely thought it was wood.
This soft animal's back is really uncomfortable. Let me put a piece of wood on it.
Yes, leather is definitely a little more comfy.
No, yeah, leather, and then there's like padding in there. I don't know if it's just thick ass leather in there, or if there's like, I don't know, some cushions. I don't know what.
Okay, question about the horse topic now.
Okay.
I'm really delving into these things. How the fuck did we figure out how to control those things?
Control the horse.
Okay, this was way back when. So let's back it up to whenever they found a horse, which is
horses
where? Asia.
No, yeah, Asia, I guess that's true. Because yeah, horses weren't even like native to America.
Right. So then why do we think of Native Americans walking around on those things?
Because it's false information. I don't know.
we brought like we think like the movie Spirit, you know, like horses are part of the nature and the natives take care of them, and it's like it's a great thing and it looks good. But
Yeah.
like, how many horses were there? If you're saying they weren't native to America, we need to get our shit straight.
We should probably research some stuff.
Let's go get a book right now. Like,
I feel like there's probably some. I don't even fucking know now. God damn it. Oh well. Anyway, controlling horses.
Let's just say the shit started in Asia. How
the Mongolians, yeah.
Yes, definitely Mongolians. How did they figure out how to
ride horses?
How to ride a horse? You put it, you get on there. I mean, they're all stallions. So, wait, does that mean it's unbroken? A stallion is an unbroken horse. Again, just learn things first. But there's an unbroken horse.
It's like a bronco, I think.
I think you're right. It's a bronco.
Fuck
Anyway, that's like a type of horse.
No, a stallion is you can ride Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like they used other animals like their dogs or something.
Do you think they used another animal
to like corral them?
Like a sheep?
And you get them corralled. Or you get them lassoed or something. I don't know what the hell. And then you just stare them in the eye, and then you do your spirit link like in Avatar. You just put your ponytail up into. No, I don't know what the fuck they did.
Well, like they had to put the thing in their mouth. Oh god, just everything is escaping me.
Pause.
The fucking reins, the shit.
The reins. They had to put those in, like the mouth, so because they knew the head controlled it. They didn't know how to get it to go. They had to kick it. So it's like, how did you figure all that out? And not only that, but like control it to like be okay with you on its back. That's the first people to do a lot of things are some really special people.
Because from then on, you reproduce the horses in captivity and you train them from birth to be like that.
Domesticate them.
But the first time, you just have to basically force them into submission, probably, I guess.
Probably, they definitely beat the shit out of them. For all those animal cruelty people, I'm sorry, but that definitely happened. Because it's not like people were trying to figure out a place. Like, 15 other people came across this thing and gave it a go in their own way, and one of them beat the living hell out of one of them.
Yeah.
Another one tried to give it food. Another one got kicked right in the face and died immediately. So there's just a couple different scenarios.
Yeah, he tried to come up behind it and just got fucking actually kicked right in the jaw. And his jaw went through his skull.
I'm just thinking of the SpongeBob episode when they throw mysteries outside. Where's the coin slot? Here it is. Oh! That's all I was thinking about this whole time.
SpongeBob. Don't get me talking about that show right now.
Because we're talking about the Old West. And
We're talking about the Old West.
But yeah,
Where's
I
the
mean,
coin
we also touched on like crusade times.
Oh, good God.
That shit is just that's just the most brutal shit. You have a fucking mace, just a metal ball and a stick. And they just swing it at you and you break 3 ribs and you just wait till you're dead.
Right.
I guess you're not getting up.
You're not gonna get up. It pierced your lung. And you're just gonna sit there. Yeah, you're just dead. And nobody's gonna come finish you off. They gotta go fight somebody else.
Why waste the time?
Why waste the
Your
energy?
friends are there. They're still alive. They're gonna go kill them first. The Crusades definitely were pretty rough.
Oh yeah, that's insane. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Was there fucking like 4 Crusades or some shit like that? I don't know. I don't even know about it. Like
I just know the movie, The Last.
The movie.
And that came out.
It came out well after the Crusades.
So there had to have been at least like 80 Crusades. I don't know.
God.
From the first Crusade to the last one. It's gotta be a lot.
Oh man.
But yeah, I don't know. Just to think about times with like no medicine, not even that, but like no even knowledge of like how to heal people at all.
It was just magic.
Like they're just like, oh, we'll cut off his leg. Oh wait, now he's bleeding because we cut his leg off. Oh, sorry.
I feel like they knew that, but they just were.
They totally knew. They're like, well, we're gonna cut your fucking ankle off, but I don't know what to do after that. All I know is that this could work if we could do it right. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we have nothing to put you asleep, so here we go. Bite down on this.
And all we had out back was this rusty axe.
Oh my Christ.
But rust doesn't do anything, right? It's not like, I don't know. They don't know that.
What is rust? We don't know what that is yet. Oh,
Why is there
good
brown
God.
stuff all over this saw? Oh well.
I'm trying to wipe it off. It's just part of the metal now.
I can't lick it off. What?
I can't lick it off. Oh my Christ. There's just so many things that happened. And they played it off. All the doctors. They did. They're like, oh, I knew that. Yeah.
Well, then it's funny. In the future, we're gonna be like, "Oh, we didn't know how to cure cancer. We just gave you radiation poisoning."
Jeez.
What? That's so true. That's what we do now.
Yeah.
That is what we do.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm gonna fucking shoot X-rays through you. Just stand fucking still. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, in the
I'm
future.
losing my hair. I'm doing that. This isn't helping. It can't be good for my body. It's the tumor is in my brain. Think it's a good idea? I've gone to school for 20 years. Yes, this is the best we
Sure,
got.
this is okay.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
No, yeah,
God,
it's gonna be
help
like
me.
in the future we're just gonna take our CRISPR pill and it's just gonna go away.
Damn, I got the flu again. Oh, I feel
Oh, there it's
better.
gone.
Nanobots.
I will shit them out in 2 weeks.
Fucking, our poop just starts looking like metal. What's going on?
So that's my
Liquid
medicine.
metal.
That's my medicine.
When we get to that point, I'm honestly just gonna pack up and leave somewhere. I don't know.
To Mars? You probably could.
Probably could just roll out to Mars.
At that point, would you? Okay, I guess that's a new topic. Would you? Okay, okay. If you were, we'll go in stages here. If you were given the opportunity right now, Elon Musk gave you an email and he was like, "Hey, I need the first people, anybody to sign up to go to Mars. Don't worry about your life and hopes and dreams. Just come to Mars and start a civilization." Would you be remotely up for that task at all?
Keisha, what do you think?
No.
The fat no. I
I'm-
don't. Oh Jesus. Can I take? What's the fine print? Do I take somebody with me? I am considering this. So I guess my answer is yes. I am saying yes.
So yeah, I mean,
What stage 2?
I was just gonna go even further, but I already got a yes from you. I was just gonna say like, what if like they were like decently setting up, like there was no
I just blindly said yes.
there was no like there's no chance that you're gonna get up there and they're gonna have a fucking oxygen pressure failure and you're just gonna get sucked into the vacuum of space. Like, cause they're gonna go up there the first people and they're gonna be in the cafeteria and some space debris is gonna hit the fucking window and they're gonna just get sucked out. And they're gonna be like, well, but yeah.
Were we supposed to? Are we supposed to go off our planet? Makes me wonder.
I don't know. I
don't
I
like.
I could say with like 100% confidence that I don't think I'd be the first person, just because that is like a very legitimate fear to just go out there and like literally the most trained people in the entire world could still fuck it up. Like it's just like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like there's just a lot of room for error there. Like all these educated people, I feel like just it could just take one thing and the fucking Mars base could just fucking explode or something. I don't know. But
Yeah,
but I feel like if we already had our fucking situation up there, everybody's in a fucking bubble, and there's just fucking actual cities set up in fucking domes, then I don't know.
you'd give it a go.
I don't know. I feel like it would be very expensive. I feel like it's gonna be a fucking luxury item.
Why would you have to pay to take the risk? Like end of it all, like I feel like you'd be the guinea pig, and when people like sign up for scientific studies, which this more or less could be classified as that, wouldn't they pay you if you made it through it all?
Well, they have to send a rocket, which is
Right.
like a year trip to get there.
Is it really only a year though
It is like a year, yeah.
to Mars?
Uh-huh.
That is not long at all.
I think it was like a year. I mean, it's insane to spend a year of your life like just fucking doing nothing. But
In space.
No, I mean they have to use all those resources, and then you have to buy like a house or something there when you're there. I mean, obviously you set all that up before you go, because you wouldn't go to Mars and then be a be a homeless person on Mars.
Instantly, you're like, "Fuck, I'm at the bottom already."
Just new society. You're like the first one there, and you're like, "Fuck." Just panhandling for change already, like on the street.
What's your currency here? Don't have that.
Spare crypto, please.
Spare crypto. Anything helps. I'm
Literally anything.
I'm from Earth. From Earth.
I am not native to this land. I do not know how this goes. Oh my god.
That would be the worst person ever. That would be terrible.
That's my new goal in life, to be the first homeless person on a different planet.
Homeless, ironically, all the way away from your actual home. Dude, that'd be crazy though.
That it's insane though. Like, it would be surreal, like how we look up and you can see like Mars and it kind of just looks like a really bright star. How you could see Earth as like just like this star in the sky.
That'd be crazy.
That would be, I don't know. That sounds like too much for me, honestly. Like, I don't know if I could ever go, but
just looking out at the stars and you're like, oh fuck, I used to live right there.
yeah.
I had friends and family. Gave it all up for this
This homeless life.
this homeless Mars life of crypto. I can't even hold my own money. I have to transfer it to my helmet.
I gotta go put it in my hole.
Alright, let me crawl back in my Mars cave. It's like bugs.
Everybody just... oh my god, they just they kick you out of the dome with a spacesuit on, and you have to go fucking...
They kick you out with a spacesuit. Hey guys, look at Jerry again. He's out there, just jumping around and stupid shit. Wow, sucks to be that guy.
He's getting mauled by an alien right now.
He's getting mauled by an alien dog.
Look at him taking off his mask.
He's
Oh. His face just turned pale. He's dead.
Oh, his head blew up. Holy fuck!
Oh.
That is somebody help this. Wait, why am I just watching this?
Look at his eyeballs. There goes.
His eyeballs. One's floating away right now.
They're just sitting on the edge of the sky, though.
They're just on their luxury balcony looking down.
Right. Just looking in on this. Hey, do you see this right now? Jerry's getting killed. He's dead. Look at
Hey
him.
man, let's broadcast to the Earth. Let's broadcast this real quick.
This broadcast. Hold on, flip it on. Turn on the fucking Google. Yes, turn on the Google. The noun Google.
In the future, it's not YouTube or Twitch anymore. It's the Google.
It's just everything is the rainbow color of Google logo. Homes are either a G, an O, or an
I was
L,
gonna say
or an E.
Facebook Live, but you know.
Right. Facebook.
or
Me
Instagram. Me
Called
book.
Me Book.
My book.
Oh my goodness.
I just want to get a LAN cable that connects me from Earth servers to Mars.
Just pull, like, day one of the launch, you had plugged it in and, like, walked it in. Like,
Like, secretly just had it in my pocket.
Right, just...
Even though it's, like, just light years long.
So you got, like, a 300-foot cable from Earth. You're like, this finite amount of cable will make it?
300 I don't even make it out of my house. I just walk down the street and I'm like, fuck, I thought I had enough for sure.
Damn it, hold on, let me get a connector.
Fuck, I think it just unplugged from my computer, god damn it.
Let me get my...
Shit.
That would be good though. No, I think life on Mars would be cheeks. I'm terrified if there are aliens. I have this was
The
like
cheeks.
well like honestly, I have there are a couple of like cardinal fears that I have.
Mhm.
One of which is bears, another is aliens, sharks, and that's pretty much like off the top of my head, those are the three I can think of right now.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I just don't like the idea of aliens in general. That shit is terrifying.
Yeah.
That
Right.
is like the most unknown thing ever. And if they can like the worst part to me, like you guys saw Life, the movie,
Mhm.
with that. Have you seen it, Keyshawn?
Life.
It's with Ryan Reynolds.
That's the
Um,
one on that spaceship, right? And they find something.
yeah, and they call it Calvin.
Right, and it kind of like this thing, but turns out to be like this big hole.
Right, he keeps eating people, and it fucking grows. Yeah.
This kid keeps mutating. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know where I was getting with that. I think I'm just terrified of the thing. But that or I guess that movie alone just is like an indicator, you know? Just like
Mhm.
it's so unknown. Like I have just no idea what this is what it was. The communication. Like Calvin, okay, I don't know why I really mentioned that movie. Uh but like in general, to me it's terrifying. This is why I mentioned it. So there's a part in the movie where the creature is in this box and the biologist is studying this creature and it's big enough, it's like it looks like a big, you know, um it's like the size of what probably would be well, how big, I don't know, I want to reference how big it would be. It's like as big as like a beanie. I'm looking at one right now, so like it's as big as like a beanie, and so it's like bigger than your hand. And the point is, though, it latches onto the biologist's hand, breaks his finger, um, and like the biologist like finally rips his hand out of there, and then the other people like just on the outside of the viewing deck of this box, like they see that it's like it figured out that like how to get out. And it
Mhm.
was like this prod, and it cracked the prod in half, so it had a sharp end now. It like grabbed onto it and then like pushed itself through like the latex glove hole that the biologist was holding it in. And then like pushed a hole, made a hole in it, and then like slithered out of the hole. That part of the movie alone, aside from everything else in that whole movie, even the part where it enters Ryan Reynolds' mouth and like eats him from the inside out, even that part does not top the fact that it was smart enough and it figured out how to get out.
Mhm.
So I'm just saying, to wrap it up, this idea to me, it's really terrifying. Any kind of communication or logic or like learning that any kind of like or organism figures out how to do. You know, like I'm not freaked out when a fucking chimp figures out how to play the guitar. That's not weird to me. That's whatever. You know,
Well, like an unknown organism.
but just yeah, like a very unknown thing like learns how to do something, you know,
Mhm.
like oh, that's just too much for me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I feel like I'm not nearly as scared of like a creature like a xenomorph. Like naturally, yes, I would be scared, but like I would be more scared of like a creature that like waltzes around and it seems like almost harmless, you know? But then
Mhm.
but it like tricks you. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
so smart that it tricks you into like a trap that it placed and then you're dead. You know what I mean? Like that would be like while I was dying, I'd be like, wow, that was I'm terrified. Like I'm terrified and I'm dying right now.
Yeah.
And
I
you're
would
dying.
yeah, like I'd be terrified of a xenomorph chasing, killing me, but like, at least I know that it wants to kill me, and like, I knew what its intent was,
Yeah.
versus this like humanoid-looking thing trying to communicate with me, and then it just has me go to sleep, and then I wake up with. Yeah, I can't even. I don't even want to think about a scenario. Honestly, I don't want to wake up, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my fear of Mars and alien. I don't like that stuff. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I agree. I'm more like I obviously, like you said, it would scare me if something like that happened. If I was getting chased by some demon, but
Damon.
I'm more scared of like going up there and then just like as much as people are like smart and have PhDs and stuff, I feel like we're all on level ground up there of like nobody really knows what's gonna happen kind of thing. Like it's just like I don't know. This is a new space for everybody. Like as much as we've studied Mars and feel like we know everything we can and whatever, I don't know. There could be like just some kind of category 3000 storm that just comes through every millennium and just like takes out the entire fucking planet, and we could have our fucking glass dome. I don't know why I just think we're gonna make glass domes like idiots, but
Very
just
fragile
living
substance.
up there in everything that can be breakable and just fucking just comes through and
Make
just
that the border between a rock hitting the thing and ending all of our lives.
yeah. But yeah, like that's just what I'm more worried about is just like you go up there, you have to survive for a year to get there. And then turns out Eric, who sat next to you the whole time, has fucking leukemia. Not that, but like something that's contagious. I don't know.
Say the only thing that's not contagious.
He has cancer and somehow gave it to you.
Hi, my name is Kevin. Hi. Oh fuck. Yeah.
Fuck, you have a tumor on your finger and you just touched it.
It spreads like warts.
But yeah, no, like you have to survive the trip up there, which is like, it's like the modern day. There was like 3,000 pilgrims that got on the ship, and then like 200 made it to America. I don't know. That I just made those numbers up, but
That's an awful retention. That is fair.
but no, like by the time they totally underestimated, and by the time they got there, they were all eating soggy, moldy bread, and fucking everybody was drinking wine because that's all they had in the fucking barrels. They didn't bring enough water.
They have more wine than water.
Well, they like saved their wine or whatever for later, and they're like, "Fuck."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then like even the kids that were still alive had to fucking drink wine to intake fucking water or something like that. I don't know if all these things that I remember from elementary school are true. I feel like a lot of this stuff was just made up and somehow I heard about it, but I don't know. Anyway, no, yeah, like you have to make the trip there, and like if they even get the portions right, and if I don't know, then you make it, then you show up to your fucking cubicle of an apartment on Mars, and I don't know, what do you do after that? You just fucking you obviously
create a
you have
city.
to work, yeah, you have to build shit, or you have to fucking get a job somewhere. And then it could all just get just fucking eradicated when fucking I don't know. What if humans are just allergic to fucking Mars dust and we just all like die when we step on the ground there?
Flare up and explode or whatever.
But yeah.
I don't know why I'm going top shelf reactions here, but
We just spontaneously combust.
Eric, don't touch the. They're like, oh shit, that's how we found out.
We told
Eric.
you every day on on the trip here not to take steps outside, and that's what you did.
Eric's like, no, I'm gonna be the rebel. I'll show you guys it's fine. No, it's not fine. I think Keisha, what do you think?
I don't know. Honestly.
Huh? What is going on?
He's buried
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Um, I don't know. This is a funny conversation, honestly.
Well, it's fucking like it's funny to think about though. Like I feel like it's gonna happen one day. We're not just gonna hang out here all the time.
Don't look at the.
Eric, don't touch it. No, yeah.
Alright. Oh, so what's the question again? Sorry. What?
Questions just like in general, like about space and aliens. I guess that's our new topic of the night.
The thing that kind of scares me is like it's just a trip there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you ever see those movies like something like the coordinates off, and you're like, wait a second, we're going to us, you know?
Oh yeah, and then they're just in the middle of nowhere, and they're like, well,
Well,
now
fuck,
we're
where are we
just
at?
15 light years to the left.
Yeah. So you know, like, that shit can like something can go wrong, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I
just the
hear
scary
that.
part. Because then you're just in space. At that point, you're just like,
Or you just have issues like interpersonal issues with the crew,
mhm.
and then like like a mutiny or like some type of issue arises, and you have to like survive on thing.
You can get tossed out in space, and then you're just left there to be frozen.
Frozen and exploded. I think well like I feel like that's what movies portray like life on a ship for an extended period of time. Like an issue arises or like some type of third party interferes with the transit, and like it all goes downhill from there.
Right.
So like I feel like that is a pretty like it's not just a movie thing, but like I feel like that makes sense. You know, like something definitely would happen. And then like Nick was saying, what the hell do you do once you get there? Yes, there's probably like a course of action, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like yeah, no. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like yeah, and like by the book. I'm sure there's a by the book plan that the coordinator of this whole trip would have. But as we all know, things never go according to plan.
Yeah.
So, like, what do? You know, what's DEFCON 5 out in force? You know, everyone kills each other? No, that can't be it. You know, everyone, like everyone's just on their own plan. You know, like we revert back to like ancient times of like clans and like sections of the place and whatever. Like I feel like that's kind of naturally what would happen though, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
It's like
I
in our
think
DNA to be like that almost.
yeah. I mean, I think that's true to a certain extent, but I feel like something like going to Mars is gonna have trillions of dollars of funding, and probably just heavily facilitated by other people, and obviously in turn I don't know, persuaded, like if whoever gets there first or whoever sets up stuff there is going to set up their kind of government and their kind of everything. And but I mean that also leads to, like you said, kind of just separation of people. But I mean, I don't know, how is that different from what's going on right now? Like there's still communist countries here, like
Right.
I don't know. And
Well, the other thing too also is like corruption. How there's probably some type of relay that will need to happen. They will probably need to report back to the command. We'll just call it Houston on Earth. They'll probably have to report back to Houston at some point. Any kind of updates or checkpoints they make in their plan, but like they could just start saying what they're doing and not do that. I mean, we're literally on a different planet. There's absolutely no way for them to know,
Yeah.
um, unless there's like video logs or surveillance cameras. But like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's no real proof what is true.
Yeah.
So like, anyone who's in charge is like a monarch, more or less, and they can do what they want because there's really no one else there to tell them.
Mm.
I mean, it might not be a single person, but it could be a community of people, a community of just any kind of higher, ranking people, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So like that runs the risk of that too, because I mean, you can get the best people to try to go up there, but like, it's in human nature to gain power and this and that.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, that's something there.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Keisha, is there something you wanted to talk about by chance?
Me?
Yes. Basketball.
Well, I can just bring up the fact that remember that 99-cent store I'm waiting for the job
Yeah.
that's opening in a couple weeks.
Oh
Mm.
boy.
Yeah, man.
Couple weeks we'll be rolling around and we'll be here soon.
So yeah, the 99-cent store opening up, and I'm hoping to get a call soon for this job.
Nice.
You probably will. I'm not, doubt it.
Yeah, man. I hope so, man. Because I'm trying to get this money ready for the summer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
How's
gonna
that
be a
looking?
really fun summer,
No, yeah, it will be.
balls.
Sure.
But we're gonna be. Yeah, no, it's gonna be good.
So, we can talk about that a little bit also, just because I do have, I guess, a couple questions. So, we do want everybody to be like for sure by December, because then we're gonna be picking, kind of looking in January.
Yep.
Okay, and then, so like, have you looked? I mean, I guess I could obviously do it myself, but have you looked and seen like stuff that's available for like, I don't know, March or April, like right now? Like, is there stuff like that, like, available now?
I don't think it works exactly like that. Because there's not a big population of real estate here.
Yeah.
Like there is, but there isn't, because it is a very seasonal place.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're gonna only pretty much be opening up places like for May. You know what I mean? And like during chunks of time. So like May is probably one. End of the summer is one. Like end of the year is one. So December time is one. Like I don't know for sure, but I would imagine that's how it. Like it's not like it's just like a 6-month gap, and like you can just look for places now for 6 months later, and like as the months move forward, you just get further and further next year. You know what I mean? Like I think it's so no. And to answer your question,
well, because I was looking at apartments here a couple months ago when I was trying to do that, and that's kind of how it was. Like, you go on sites and like you see stuff like, oh, they have apartments for August, and then you go on the same page like a month later, and they have apartments for like September and October and stuff like that. So I was just wondering if that's kind of the same, but it's kind of true. Like, there's probably a lot of leases that expire around like the start of summer, obviously, when people, like, when we're gonna lease them. Like, that's probably a majority, or then on like the end of summer when people are moving up for school. So like that makes sense. But yeah.
Yeah, there's like I mean, there's always places like plexes that will always pretty much be year round, because people are in and out of those kind of complexes.
Mm-hmm.
But like houses, like stuff we're looking for, like a house, that stuff is pretty seasonal, I would think.
Yeah.
The houses that would be available to us in the size that we most likely of it. Like we're a college, we're a college group of people, so it's like there's only, you know what I mean, there's a population of those houses that allow students, period, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then also fit our needs. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the filter starts there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, above all else, I've just been pretty hype for it. I was a little down, or I've been a little down lately about it, just because I saved up a decent amount of money. Then I had to fix my car, and then I just had to pay for some textbooks for my online classes and stuff. So kind of got, yeah, I kind of got hit pretty hard. So on like that, so it just like got me down a little bit, because I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna have like just that much more money like going up there. But no, yeah, I mean, I'm still hype, and there's still plenty of time and stuff. But I don't know, as much
like
as
the holiday season too coming.
yeah, which, yeah, I mean, I'm already getting like 40 hours a week almost, so it's just like I won't get any more, but it's just going to be cancer, because there's just going to be more and more people that keep coming in, because it's going to be
Right.
holiday season and stuff. And then there's the quote-unquote snowbirds, even though it doesn't really snow. It's just going to be the winter here, and it's going to be nice weather, and I work in an area where there's a lot of old people already, so all the old people are going to migrate back down and go shopping, I guess, is what they do.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot else to.
Yeah. But yeah.
It's crazy to me. This whole thing we're doing, we're just like gonna actually move to a place. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's insane. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Just because, even like, I feel like all of us, this is almost our first. Yeah, for every one of us moving up there, it's our first like experience moving out, like, besides like a dorm.
Right, fully.
Yeah, so it's kind of just like we're all kind of new to it, which I guess is a little like scary to think about, but is also just like, I don't know, we'll all be on the same boat kind of thing.
Right,
But
you got to embrace it though too. You
yeah,
know, you can't be like reluctant or hesitant. I feel like it's one of those things you just got. You gotta be. You gotta see it for what it is. So you can't just like discount it. Like, oh, I don't need to do this or that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you need to come into it. You know, like, yeah, I don't know. Come into it ready to go. Like, be excited, but also be smart. You know.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah, for sure. And then like, obviously, yeah, like you wanna be committed, because I don't know, we're all friends, and if you're not committed and you're hesitant to not making payments, then you're just fucking your friends. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. We all kind of got to just grow up and, I don't know, do our own. We're all doing our own thing, and I think we kind of established that. But we all want to be together while we do it. So,
right. Keishan, what do you think?
I mean, it's just, I mean, before I had my doubts about it, because you know about the eggs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just because how she made a big old thing about it. But now I'm just like, you know, no, this is gonna be good for me, because for myself, I'm moving out, you know, and I'm be able to do it with my boys. I can go through the same thing together, and kind of like relying on getting to the real world. I had to work in order to pay for my own house, you know, my own house where I'm living at.
Right. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, paying for your own food.
Right. Me and Josh came to a little thing here, a little tidbit here, but like, Josh and I are like figuring out how to do our food right now, because we originally were going in. I eat. It's like the ratio is honestly like 65-35 me for eating as much as I do. Like I eat way more than he does.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to figure out a way to like buy food. So what I was gonna propose to you guys is most likely gonna be like we pay for like everything that we're gonna need, bread and condiments and like general food items. But like I can eat pasta by the pound every day if I wanted to, and
Mm-hmm.
it really wouldn't bother me for like months. So I might want to buy 20 pounds of pasta, whilst you guys probably don't want to buy that much pasta at all.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, I was going to propose where when we go shopping, we get we get a basket for ourselves, and then a basket,
For the house.
Squad.
Yeah.
house. And then, like, I mean, if we have commonalities or like similar diet patterns, we can collaborate with that person and then be like, all right, yeah, we can go 50-50 on this cream cheese. We can go
Mm-hmm.
50-50 on these bagel bites because I'm probably going to want to eat that too.
Yeah.
But like in general, I feel like we're going to have to pay for our food on our own. And I see us not being stingy. Like, hey, like if you want a pound of pasta, like I'm down if you're going to fucking make that, like whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like the general rule of thumb should be that we make the food for us. Like we buy the food for ourselves and how much we want, without having to think about, someone else, like, oh, this is also partially theirs. And then you can't quantify, I'm not going to sit here and eat half a pound exactly,
Yeah.
I want to like that peace of mind,
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's just something to think about too, but
This is probably where it comes into play, where you buy your own fridge.
yeah, probably.
Like a
Yeah.
mini fridge or something.
Yeah.
Because
No.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I definitely think there's plenty of things that we could all just buy in bulk, like fucking like pizza rolls or some shit like that. Like just buy like 2 bags of those, like huge bags, and fucking I don't know, just like ramen and stuff like that we can all just like pile on.
Couple hamburger logs and stuff.
But yeah, and then just be like, hey, like I don't know. I noticed I'm the only one who likes this fucking
Sauce.
Nutella or some shit like that. I don't know. Like I'ma eat it. If you want some, just let me know. But like next time, if you're really liking it, then we'll just go 50-50 on it, like on a personal basket kind of thing.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably just how it's gonna be. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I love buying things at once. I hate going back to the store all the time
Yeah.
because then that starts becoming like a chore and like
Mhm.
it's like time out of your week.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm at the point in my life where like I need to like account for going to the store weekly or bi-weekly.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'm just yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was a good one.
Yeah.
If you guys have any comments, concerns, or pointers for us, definitely let us know in the comments or shoot us an email. We definitely covered a lot of different things here, all the way from the Wild West to the future to even further back than the Wild West onto our personal lives. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a good one. Good night, good morning, and good afternoon.
Yeehaw.